Good morning. My name is Ben Claussen, and I'm about to talk about some of the legal ramifications of file sharing. To download or not to download. So in this presentation, we're going to be talking about when can you share and when can't you? When does copyright come into play? And how can file sharing send you to jail? So, when can you share? When can you upload a file? When can you download a file? When can you share things with people through email? When can you put things on websites you own? Just when can you share? You can share any files that you are the original creator of. When copyright comes into play is when things start to get a little bit dicey. Sharing any file, picture, video, or anything that is shared without the creator's consent is against the law. That means anytime you share someone's intellectual property, you have to have their consent. Think that very intimidating thing that the NFL puts up before any broadcasts. If you share their property without their consent, they'll hunt you down. So when does copyright come into play? When a content creator wishes to protect their intellectual property, they use the copyright. One of the key words there is intellectual property. Intellectual property is really just anything that you make creatively that you are then the owner of. Copyrights protect the user's intellectual property from being used elsewhere, from being distributed without their permission, from being passed around the internet, from being profited off of. Copyright's main job is to protect things from being distributed and passed out without the owner's permission. This goes from anything from music to pictures, spreadsheets, television shows, movies. Anything that someone can create themselves is something that they can put a copyright over. Even a business's trademark, its logos, anything like that can easily be copyrighted. One of the main reasons to get a copyright is to stop others from making money off your intellectual property. If you go out and you make a really nice logo for your company, you don't want other companies to go out and just use that logo that you worked so hard on. No, you want to protect these things and make it so you're the only one that can make money off your intellectual property. That's where a copyright comes into play. So finally, what are the legal ramifications of illegal file sharing? When committing copyright infringement, there's several legal ramifications that one can incur. The infringer may have to pay the amount that the court agrees was taken. So, if you're using something under copyright in your commercials and you're making a ton of money off it, well, you might have to pay that back. A fine of up to $150,000 can be incurred. That's a pretty serious fine. That's not something you want to mess with. That's not worth the copyright infringement. Finally, the accused can even face jail time. If they deem that your copyright infringement was harsh enough, or if they give you warnings and you did not follow through, they'll even send you to jail. They ain't messing around with copyright infringement. So in conclusion, one can share files they own or create at will, as long as it doesn't breach any existing contracts that you might have with a company or production business or anything. Copyrights can cover a large amount of intellectual properties. It can go from anything from pictures, music, movies, TV shows, company logos, anything that you can come up with, one can copyright. One of my favorite examples of this is, I'm from Ohio. Ohio State back up there just tried to copyright the word "the." You really can attempt to copyright anything, even if it's something you probably can't try to copyright, like the word "the." And copyright infringement can carry harsh legal penalties, including fines and jail time. The fines, they can be up to $150,000 plus whatever the court agrees you took through the copyright infringement, and you can also face jail time. You just don't want to mess with copyright infringement. Don't do it. Thank you for your time. There's my reference page. If you have any more questions about copyright infringement, please feel free to contact